So hey, hi, and welcome back again. This is the fourth video regarding the pyramid question. Till now, we have covered the very two primary questions, which were who you are and what you are, and we have discussed one complex question: is what you want. Today, we are going to discuss about what you need. So, here's a very generalized explanation of that pyramid thing, where what you are is an amalgamation of these three stages or the three factors of what you are, which is physical aspect, the psychological aspect, and the emotional aspect of what you are. Who you are is all about what you think you are, what are your self beliefs, what are your self thoughts regarding your own self identity, and how does your willpower supports your self belief and self thought. The third question is what you want, which is a very material question about the satisfactory results or satisfaction or happiness. Okay, that you might want this, you might want that, but does it brings you happiness or does it brings you only satisfaction? This very fourth question is the final piece of the puzzle, which explains everything, and it is so tiny that once you think of it, you would re-question about your own self-identity and your self-thoughts itself. The fourth question is what you need. It is unlike anything. It revolves around that what actually you need is a very emotional question. That means more than external, how does this question suits you internally? This very question comes from a point whether are you seeking validation or you seeking internal bliss. Simple as that. Simple as that. There is no further explanation. Let me put it into an example. Let's say for a class 10th class there is an very important test that is going to happen in like 5 weeks or 6 weeks. The topic is integration. A guy like me who is trying to work on his mathematical and logical and problem solving skills, it is difficult for me to ace this exam. But does it stops me? No. What I need, this is the very primal question. At this very stage, if I am going to give this test, what I actually need. After giving this exam, do I need a validation that I can do math, or do I need internal bliss? Is that yes, of course I can do it. So I have 6 weeks to ace this exam. What is my self identity in here? What am I? What am I? I am a student. Okay, I am a student who is studying and whose only job is to study. Who am I? I am a good student who works hard, who studies and is persistent enough to solve the math problem. And regardless of my situation, whether I have to go out for a swim, whether I have to go hang out with my friends, or whether I have some sort of family function, I am being consistent in these 6 weeks. This creates a self image that yes, I am capable of doing this math problem, working on this math topic, which is integration. This fuels my self belief, makes me believe much more harder that I am capable of doing it, which increases my willpower and my confidence enough to appear in the test, which was my want. I wanted to appear for the test, which I appear for the test in the first place. because of my self-worth, self-identity and confidence. And my need was to be happy after giving this test, that this is only a test. I have worked very well on myself. I have worked very well on all the topics regarding the integration and the math, and the very act of doing or giving this math test is definitive. It's all about happiness, it's all about bliss. It wasn't for external validation that I want to ace the exam so that my peers or my teachers or my parents would be happy. I wanted to give this test because I wanted to be happy in the first place. Rather than that, after the exams, the results would appear. It doesn't matter for me now. It really doesn't matter for me whether I have scored passing marks, whether I have scored average marks, whether I have scored good marks, or whether I have aced this exam. Because my thing was to be happy after giving this exam. Guess what? When your self-identity is so strong, where your actions are very persistent and very consistent, and the act of very confidence that you are able to do that brings you miles apart from an average person, and this very act is leading to you towards happiness. The end result might be astonishing, fabulous in general. You might even surprise yourself that after this 6 weeks, after the 7th week, I got my test results. I scored 95% marks, I scored 60% of marks, or I have scored 75% of marks, or I have aced this exam by scoring 100 on 100. Yes, I am happy now. And this is what was all about. This is how you fix the problem, by not thinking from the end that whether you want validation, but by the end that whether this thing is going to make you happy or not. 90% of our problems arises because we think that we need some sort of validation after doing this thing. That is not right at all. This constant loop of validation keeps you stuck in your mind. It creates a mindset of a survivor, not of a creator. A creator is a person who is happy within himself, who is calm within himself, within his choices. So he is able to channelize his energy in what actually he wants to get better in. So for next time when you solve any problem, go through this pyramid question scheme, not a scheme but a pyramid question format, where you understand what is the end goal of what you are chasing, and based on that, what you are, who you are, what you want and what you need. And this is how you solve any problem whatsoever, professional, personal, whatever you name it. This is how you solve the practicality of any situation. I think this helps you. And remember, this what you want is a very, very distinguished emotional question. There's a thin line of getting validated and being very happy, being in a bliss, being in a calm. Don't let your energy go to waste. Don't let yourself so down to validate yourself through some external factors that you start doubting yourself, you start self-limiting yourself, and you start losing confidence within yourself. Done that, been there, take it from me. And I hope this very format of problem solving helps you in your life. And this was all for the question pyramid. I will meet you tomorrow with a new great topic, with new problem and with new understanding of how to solve the problem. Till then, take care and bye.